Hey there, Andrew here from the Reach Company. In this tutorial, we're going to be looking at making a page from scratch. And I say scratch, but really we have some saved elements that we're going to be learning about as well. So we're going to cover how to use the page builder, creating a new page, and then of course using the saved elements that we use to keep the look of the site consistent throughout. So let's start by going to the back end. And so we're going to start here on your dashboard and click on Pages on the left over here. And this brings up a list of all the pages that are currently on the website. And so to begin, what we're going to do is click Add New, and we're going to give the page a title and a featured image and a SEO description. So here is my page title. Here is my featured image. And when I scroll down, here is my meta title and my SEO meta description. And so this tells Google, in a nutshell, this is what this page is about. And you want to go until it's green over here. So around a tweet or a little longer than a half a tweet is more than enough usually. And from here we want to click Launch Page Builder. And this is going to bring up the Page Builder interface on the front end. And we're going to start by going over what's at the top here, and then we're going to work our way through some of these things over here. So the first thing you have is this little drop down menu over here. Most of this is stuff that for a site that we built for you, you never really have to worry about. One thing that's fun is if you make a page that you like and you want to use it elsewhere or use that layout elsewhere, you can save the template right here. Another thing is if you like dark mode over light mode, you can change the UI brightness by clicking that or just hitting, O on your keyboard. You can view revisions or the history that you have right here. But for the most part, you won't have to mess with stuff over here because we've built pretty much everything for you so far. Over here on this side, you can see this layout has unpublished changes. When you hover over this, if you were done with the page, you would click Done. You could discard your changes, save it as a draft to come back later, or publish it. We're going to click Cancel for now. And if I click this plus icon, this pulls up information about the different modules that we have available. And we have a fair number. And my advice is always this, that if you see that you might be the kind of person that wants to go in and make a ton of other pages or change things up a little bit, that's completely your prerogative for sure. Or maybe you guys have launched an Instagram page, for example. You want to drop the feed in there. There's so many different things that we have available that maybe weren't a part of your particular build, but you want to integrate later on. Maybe a landing page for a certain event, for example. At any rate, so these are all the modules we have available, and then we have rows right here. And you have rows with a different number of columns inside of them. Templates. We have some starter templates here, but most of these are geared towards business. And then we have a few save templates here for you guys. But where the magic happens, I think, is on the saved area. So the saved area is some of the main things that we're using throughout your entire website. And so the first thing here is we have like a top row. And so I can drag it in. And now we have this row that's we're using as the top row on many of the pages of your website. And you can see a few things going on here. So let me go ahead and drop some columns in here as well. And let's put in 2 quote columns. Just it's going to be ugly. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to demonstrate something instead of doing anything else. So you can see that I have these columns here. If I click on it, you'll see I'm using something called a call out module. But this module is inside of a column, and this column is inside of a row. And that, in essence, is how the page builder works. It's boxes inside of boxes inside of boxes. Maybe there's a template that we can use to display this even better. So I'm going to add this template in. I'm going to replace the existing layout. And you can see here, so this right here is a counter module. This is a text editor module. And both of these modules are inside this column, the same way these two modules are inside this column. And these three columns, 1, 2, 3, that whole blue area is a column, is inside this row. And I can drag this row wherever I want it to be. And that is essentially how we make the content for a page, is we put modules inside of columns, however many columns we need, inside of a row, and then we stack rows on top of each other so that we get the look and feel that we want or that we need. And one of the main ways that we keep that look consistent is by using the saved elements that I mentioned earlier. Using these type of elements that we use throughout the website right here. And then when we finished making the changes that we want, we click done and publish.